Let the king of my heart be the mountain where I run, the fountain I drink from. Oh, he is my song. Let the king of my heart be the shadow where I hide, the ransom for my life. Oh, he is my song. You are good, good. Oh, you are good, good. Oh, you are good, good. Oh, you are
So
good,
we're making our way up this mountain for a mountaintop experience. We have one of our party still making his way up. He's down there somewhere, but here is a view from almost the top of the mountain.
Doe Mountain.
Doe Mountain. Cannot see. Oh, I'll have to get a better view of some of the sights when we're up. Making more steps up to the top of this Doe Mountain. Hey, pretty much there. Made it to the top of Doe Mountain, and some thoughts as I came up the mountain today were that the side of the mountain we came up was the west side, and at the point of the day where we were climbing, that part of the mountain was in shadow, and you could tell that the top of the mountain was in sunshine, but where we were climbing was cold and snowy and a little bit icy and a little bit more treacherous than you can imagine the top of the mountain being, where the sunshine is. And as we were walking up the mountain, there were other people walking too, trying to get to the top of the mountain, and there was one couple who was trying to come up this way, and they ran into a spot where they were going the wrong way, and we pretty quickly came to that spot too and realized that, gosh, this is really steep. I don't think this is part of the trail anymore. And sure enough, so I went forward on the trail and found a boulder and had to turn around, and this other couple was in front of us. They'd already tried the one way, but I saw some other people up ahead of us, and they were obviously on a trail. So I said, I'm just gonna wait until these people come around and I can ask them how they got up that way. And the other couple who was kind of lost with us, they had given up, and they were ready to turn around and go back down the mountain. And they hadn't even gotten to any sunlight yet on this mountain. And it was just very apparent that they were very discouraged with their trip and their journey up the mountain, and they weren't willing to continue and find the sunshine yet, but they were going back down. And we waited and asked the people who were coming down that trail where they go, and they're like, oh yeah, we did that too. It's a little tricky spot there, and you gotta keep going this way, and then you gotta take a sharp left. And sure enough, we went that way, and the trail was just very clear that was where we should go to continue up our mountain. And some thoughts that it's beautiful now, and the sun is melting all the little frost on the little leaves and the juniper berries, and I'm so glad we kept going. But also, sometimes you just gotta turn around on the mountaintop and you just gotta go back. And we've hiked this mountain before. The first time we were here, I feel like I was more of the spot of where my journey was. It was more insecure with the mountain, more not focusing on the view from the top, and that there is a way to get up this mountain. I just can't find it right now. But we made it, and we're at the top. And some other thoughts from this journey up the mountain are the expectations, and how you set yourself up for expectations that don't come true sometimes, like this trip. Thinking we're gonna come hiking and it's gonna be beautiful, and then it snowed the first day we were here, and it's like, we can't go hiking in the snow. That was one of the thoughts, but yeah, you can. And it was beautiful, and we went for a hike in the snow. Absolutely gorgeous spot. Found a little running water in the snow, and then pretty soon the snow melted and we were able to do this hike and a different hike, and it's just been gorgeous. But that disappointment of, oh, it snowed, we can't do the things we wanted to do, and realizing that it took quite a while this week to realize that we're right where we're supposed to be. I'm right where I'm supposed to be, and it's not a mistake. God didn't have this trip as a mistake in my life. I'm where I'm supposed to be, and even though the expectations and the disappointment are there, you can have those feelings, feel those feelings, but also reach out. I reached out to some people who helped me just understand that it's not the end of the world to have snow on a vacation, and that there are beautiful, beautiful things you can still do. This is a perfect time to say the Lord's Prayer. So, here you go. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory forever. Amen. This is heading back down the mountain. There are the little caves in the rock. I don't think there's any way to get to them. They're just cool. An interesting thing too was that when we got to the top, and I had been talking for a while, and walking around, guess who we saw up there? We saw the people who we thought had gone down. So they ended up coming back up and making it up. So that was something that I thought was really cool. Anyway, that's all for now.
Here we have a desert prickly pear in snow.
And red rock. More prickly pears, red rocks, and snow. And this, I think this may be a scrub oak. Not sure. I have to look it up with my handy dandy little app. Woo! These rocks are kind of treacherous. citrus. There is a, what's this, guys? This is an agave. This is not an agave. This is a yucca, right?
Narrow leaf.
Narrow leaf yucca. This is white sage. Yeah, they say it's good for driving out the evil spirits of your house. Then, Juniper Trees. And some of them are actually Utah cypress. Well, I guess it's Utah, juniper, something cypress, Arizona cypress. And it depends on the berry. And I don't see berries on these ones. And then also the pine, the pinyon pine. And then this little guy here is a manzanita with the red berries. I've been trying to look up a lot of these on my phone as we hike. And the pine trees, you know, they're pinyon pines, and they have pine nuts in their pine cones. Right there's some pine cones. And if you take them down, you can open up the pine cones and eat some of the pine nuts in the pinyon pine cones. Oh, there they are. He has them right there. Ta-da! Pine nuts. Thank you. Here is what I'm talking about with the snow and the rocks on the dark side of the mountain. And you can see the shadow from the top of the mountain there and the sun up there. But we are in shadow right now. There's some people down there who are walking in the sunshine. So here's still heading down the trail, and here's a view. It's pretty steep at this point. It's steep the whole way, but you can see far down there is where our car is parked. But we have to go zigzagging on this hill all the way down before we get there. Alright, so we are back to the spot that we mistakenly, well, we missed before. I'm gonna turn you around. So this was the sharp left that you're supposed to take. And here's the rocks. But these are a lot easier than the rocks that you take. See, that's quite steep there. But if I can find the place again where we tried to go instead of here, it's a lot steeper. All right, I found the spot that is very the wrong way. It's through there, and you think it's a trail. It takes you around because it zigzags up and down the mountain. And you think it's the spot that's gonna take you to the trail, and it's not. No. It takes you to a boulder that you'd have to like put in hooks and pull yourself up with ropes, and yeah, not a good idea. So, thought this would be a good moment to show you there are better paths than some. Okay, another fun bush you learned about was the Crucifixion thorn bush, and it grows quite large. This one's a very small one, but you'll see them all over the place, and they're crucifixion thorns. And then, all right, here's a bush where you can see all the juniper berries on top. I'll get closer, but it says that the birds don't like the taste of the juniper berries, so they stay on the bush for quite long into the winter until the birds like have nothing else, and then they eat them. But that's the juniper. I don't remember what this is. I have to look it up. So we are definitely when it's on the bright side of the mountain now, on the west side of the mountain, but that's where we've been hiking down. That was the top where I was earlier, even more over there. There it is, up right in there is where we go. Then we hike down, back and forth and back and forth and back around here and here. And they're doing some construction through there. Anyway, that's more of what the trail was. All right, this is gonna be the last video because we have reached the bottom of the mountain. And the cars are just through these trees here. And at the end of our beautiful, there's some cars through there. Yep, we're pretty much to the end of this mountain. So thanks for coming on the hike with me and the top of the mountain, and come down the mountain with me, and